Thank you. Copper has become sort of the strategic metal in the sort of energy transition that's taking place. And clearly, climate change has accelerated the shift to renewables, the shift to EVs. And renewables and EVs demand a lot more cabling. To just give you an example, an EV takes about 85 to 100 kgs of copper versus a conventional vehicle, which takes about 20 kgs of copper. So, if you do the math, a ton of copper would feed, 10 to 12 EVs. So that has really multiplied and accelerated the demand for copper. Copper, of course, is a finite mineral. And copper today is trading at all-time highs, and the view is that as the global economy stabilizes, there will be a further surge in demand for copper, which ultimately may result in shortages of copper, because the gestation period for mines today, from the time that you discover the mine to the time that you bring out first copper, is estimated at 17 to 18 years. It used to be about 2 decades ago, it used to be 5 to 6 years. So it's, the copper is much more further away, it's deeper in the ground, it's in sort of remote areas. And as a result, there is a mismatch in terms of demand and supply, which will drive up the scarcity and the price of copper. I think the opportunity for Pakistan, of course, we all know, is that we are mineral rich. We have one of the world's largest copper mines in Balochistan, and the Recodic project has been something that has been, top of mind for the government and for the economy. Unfortunately, I think recently Recodic indicated that they were slowing down the project. Hopefully, that will, once with the optimistic hat, once the Gulf situation stabilizes, hopefully there will be a resurgence of interest in Recodic. I think that will then, of course, unlock a lot of opportunities for mining and for creating a ecosystem in Pakistan that can support the value chain certainly for our products. Also concurrently, what's happening is that as copper is becoming more and more scarce and expensive, there is a potential shift towards cheaper materials such as aluminium. Aluminium itself is a very energy intensive metal in terms of producing it. And there will also possibly be a shift towards recycling. And we're starting to see that, the industry is trying to look at recycling opportunities to make up for the shortfall of copper. But I would say that, holistically, if you look at the opportunity for Pakistan, we certainly have, we're blessed by God with all the sort of availability of minerals. And of course, the question is that will the security situation, accessibility and execution allow us to realize the benefits of that?
Right, thank you. So in terms of the ore and national resources, we are blessed with it. Mr. Najibullah is also here? Oh, yes, you're here. Okay, great. So my question to you, Fahad, that in terms of, we do have the national resources, and right now we are positioned to export them as raw materials, and as we understand that the value chain, it's from copper cable, and then there are so many other applications of copper in the way we are going to see EV transforming and other transmission technologies. Do you see that we are going to be smelting in Pakistan, or will we be exporting raw material and then re-importing cathodes and then further producing this? Where do you think, how should we go about our place in the critical mineral value chain?
Yeah, so I think right now, we're at the stage where whatever copper is being extracted is being exported primarily in the form of ore, and then it gets smelted, refined, processed, and then, for whatever demand there is in Pakistan, brought back over here. Ideally, we'd want to have the entire value chain over here, but it's very, very nascent in that you would need to have critical mass from the mine that can support the feedstock into the smelter, and that then can, downstream into the refining, and then ultimately the fabrication of cathodes or whatever type of copper. So I think we're quite far away from that. I believe that first copper, if it comes out of Reko Diq, would be 2030. Then you develop some critical scale that would then possibly support the feasibility for a smelter, and then refining capacity and so on. Notwithstanding the issues of logistical challenges, energy intensity. So all of those would be hurdles that we'd have to cross at a later stage. But for now, unfortunately, from my business's perspective, we have to import all our copper from outside of Pakistan.
All right, thank you.